Imagine waking up on a sunny morning, the gentle aroma of vanilla and cocoa wafting through your kitchen, promising a breakfast that's equal parts elegance and indulgence. Rolled crepes, those delicate, golden-hued wonders, are more than just a treat. They're an experience to be savored. And when you master the art of making crepes with a chocolatey twist, you unlock a world of flavor that will delight both your palate and your guest. Let's embark on this culinary journey together, starting with what makes a crepe truly special. Unlike their thicker pancake cousins, crepes are celebrated for their soft, lacy texture and subtle flavor. The magic lies in a simple, silky batter: eggs, flour, milk, a pinch of salt, and just a hint of sweetness. When whisked to perfection and poured into a hot pan, the batter transforms before your eyes, swirling into a thin, supple canvas ready to be filled, rolled, and devoured. But we're not stopping at the basics today. The spotlight is on chocolate, that beloved ingredient that turns any dish into an occasion. Imagine biting into a delicate crepe, only to discover a rich, velvety chocolate filling that melts on your tongue. Whether you prefer the deep intensity of dark chocolate, the milky sweetness of classic chocolate, or the nutty allure of hazelnut spread, there's a chocolatey crepe for everyone. To begin, you'll want to craft your batter with care. Start by cracking a few large eggs into a mixing bowl, whisking them until they're smooth and light. Gradually add all-purpose flour, blending gently to avoid lumps. Then, pour in milk. A little at a time, stirring until the mixture is the consistency of heavy cream. Add a pinch of salt and a teaspoon of sugar to enhance the flavors. And, if you're feeling adventurous, a splash of vanilla extract for that extra layer of warmth. Now, here's where the chocolate magic begins. For chocolate crepes, simply sift a few tablespoons of unsweetened cocoa powder into your flour before mixing. This small addition infuses the crepes themselves with a subtle cocoa flavor, turning them a beautiful shade of brown and adding depth to every bite. But what about the filling? The possibilities are as endless as your imagination. For a classic chocolate ganache, heat heavy cream until it just begins to simmer. Then pour it over finely chopped dark chocolate. Let the mixture sit for a minute before stirring gently, watching as the chocolate melts into a glossy, irresistible pool. For an extra touch of luxury, whisk in a knob of butter until the ganache is silky smooth. Or perhaps you crave the nostalgia of chocolate hazelnut spread, thick, creamy, and ready to be slathered over warm crepes. You can even mix things up with a dollop of whipped cream, a scattering of chocolate chips, or a handful of fresh berries for brightness and balance. Cooking crepes is all about patience and finesse. Heat a non-stick skillet over medium heat, brushing it lightly with melted butter. When the pan is just hot enough, a drop of water should sizzle and evaporate. Pour in a ladle full of batter, swirling the pan quickly to coat the surface in a thin, even layer. Within moments, the edges will begin to lift, and the surface will lose its shine. That's your cue to gently loosen the crepe with a spatula and flip it, cooking for just another few seconds until both sides are golden and fragrant. Stack your crepes on a plate, covering them with a clean towel to keep them warm and supple. Once you've cooked the entire batch, it's time for the grand transformation. Spread a generous layer of your chocolate filling over each crepe, rolling them up tightly from one end to the other. The warmth of the crepe will soften the chocolate, creating a luscious, molten center that oozes with each bite. For an extra flourish, dust your rolled crepes with powdered sugar, drizzle them with melted chocolate, or top them with a sprinkle of toasted nuts. If you're feeling celebratory, a scoop of vanilla ice cream or a drizzle of salted caramel can take your creation to the next level. Rolled crepes are more than just a dessert or a breakfast. They're a way to bring people together. Picture a table filled with friends and family, everyone reaching for another crepe, laughter and stories flowing as freely as the chocolate. There's something about the ritual of rolling, filling, and sharing that makes this dish feel both comforting and festive. But what if you want to get truly creative? The beauty of crepes lies in their versatility. Try swirling a ribbon of chocolate batter into the pan alongside the classic batter for a marbled effect. Or mix in a spoonful of espresso powder to your chocolate ganache for a mocha twist. Layer sliced bananas or strawberries inside your crepes before rolling for a burst of freshness, or add a crunch with crushed cookies or brittle. For those with dietary preferences or restrictions, Crepes are wonderfully adaptable. Swap in gluten-free flour or a plant-based milk without sacrificing texture. Use dairy-free chocolate and coconut cream for a vegan ganache that's just as rich and satisfying. Making crepes like a pro comes down to a few key tips. First, let your batter rest for at least 30 minutes before cooking. This allows the flour to fully hydrate, resulting in tender, pliable crepes. Second, don't be discouraged if your first crepe isn't perfect. Consider it a chef's treat, a warm-up round before the real show begins. Finally, keep your pan at the right temperature. Too hot, and the crepes will crisp and tear. Too cool, and they'll be pale and rubbery. With practice, you'll find your rhythm, swirling batter with confidence, flipping crepes with a flick of the wrist. Soon, you'll be able to turn out a stack of flawless crepes in no time, ready to be filled with all the chocolatey goodness your heart desires. As you savor your chocolate-filled crepes, take a moment to appreciate the harmony of textures and flavors. The whisper-thin crepe, the molten chocolate, the delicate crunch of a toasted nut, or the sweet burst of a berry. Each bite is a celebration of simple ingredients transformed by care and creativity. Crepes are a testament to the joys of home cooking, a reminder that even the simplest dishes can become extraordinary with a little imagination. Whether you're treating yourself to a quiet breakfast or preparing an impressive brunch for loved ones, chocolatey rolled crepes are always a good idea. So the next time you crave something special, reach for your whisk and your favorite chocolate. Embrace the process, from the gentle mixing of the batter to the careful rolling of each crepe. Relish the anticipation as the chocolate melts and mingles with the tender crepe. And most of all, share the experience, because the true magic of crepes is in the memories you create around the table, rolled up with chocolatey goodness and served with love.